Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today. So I'm headed down to the Tesla service center right now. I'm in my Model Y, driving down to pick up my old Tesla Model S, my 2013 85, that's kind of my project car. Guys, just a quick recap, in case you haven't seen any of those videos, just a recap on what's going on with that car. I bought that a couple months ago, back in December, we're in February now. A couple months ago, I bought it from a dealer in California that was trying to get rid of it. $10,500 for that car. When I got it, there was a clunking sound in the rear. Every time you push down the accelerator or let off the accelerator, there was kind of a clunking sound. It sounds like, from what I could tell, what I thought it was is like something in the mounts or the motor, or it was just clunking every time it was like power was applied or regen was applied. The brakes were shot in it, needed all new brake pads, parking brake redo. So I've got all that done. I'll leave links to all those videos if you're curious on all that process. But a couple days ago, I took it down to the Tesla service center and I wanted them to diagnose what the problem is with the clunking in the motor. And I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, I know Tesla doesn't try to fix anything. All they do is just throw new parts at things. And so I just figured, oh, maybe the subframe is broken or cracked and they need to replace the rear subframe, or worst case scenario, I was thinking it might be the rear drive unit, because they're not going to try to like fix a problem. They just throw a whole new drive unit at it. And so just know with Tesla, when you set an appointment on the app, when you schedule service, I scheduled the appointment for, I think it was Monday, and I took it in at the exact time it was on there for my service appointment, and then they didn't look at it for they didn't look at it till Wednesday. So it's kind of frustrating. So that's why it's helpful to have an additional car available. If it's out of warranty, they're not going to provide you with a loaner or with Uber credits. You're on your own. Your car's going to be, it took them 2 days to look at my car, and I'm picking it up now. I decided not have them fix that. What they found after looking at it was that the motor mounts were not broken, but they were kind of like worn out. Is kind of from what I gained from what they said, is the motor mounts there's like bushings in the motor mounts, and they're like a rubber bushing, and they wore out, and they're clunking when I'm pushing the accelerator down. That makes sense to me. That sounds like kind of what I suspected. Here's the crazy thing though, guys. A rubber bushing, okay, because there's a rubber bushing that's perished or is degraded, their fix is not replace the bushing. Which was odd, because when they sent me the invoice, like, hey, accept this service request for your car, accept this so that we can proceed with the fix. I said, hey, there's a procedure I found online that replaces the bushings. There's a press, you press out the bushings, have new ones pressed in. That wasn't their solution. Their solution was a brand new drive unit, which is $6,000, and close to over $900 for the labor plus tax. $7,500 was the cost for them to repair some bushings in the motor mounts. Needless to say, I'm not going forward with that repair because I think that's ridiculous. So my cheap budget Tesla Model S that I thought was a good deal and would be fun to drive around, which it can still be driven. My plan is to drive it with the clunking sound and all. I don't think it's doing much damage. Even if it is, who cares if it destroys the drive unit? It has to be replaced anyways, right? So $7,500, you get a brand new drive unit. It was for if I look on the invoice, it was for the part number ended in a U, and that's the latest revision of that drive unit. It wasn't a new drive unit, it was a remanufactured one. They told me that they would be putting in there. There's probably enough that they're remanufacturing and rebuilding that they are not making new ones of these drive units, but mine would have been a remanufactured one. This part U was one that had the latest revisions. I've heard that has solved a lot of problems with that. It does come with a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty, which I guess that's better than buying from, having a third-party shop doing that, because a lot of times you won't get that kind of warranty out of a third-party shop rebuild, or if another shop was to swap in an older motor or something. So it would have a warranty to it. But the other side of that is that, okay, you pay $7,500 for the drive unit. It has the original battery in it with 157,000 miles on it, and it's a almost 11-year-old car. The battery's going to need to be replaced here or fixed, and so there's another $15,000 to $20,000. These older Teslas just need these parts a lot. For it to need a full drive unit at 150,000 miles doesn't seem very reliable to me. Doesn't seem like that's a very good deal. Now, in the early days of these cars, it didn't matter. Like, you know, the early Model S's and the X's, they've had unlimited mileage 8-year warranties. Those 8-year warranties are now expiring. The 2016s are now expiring this year, and these out of warranty repairs are a lot more costly than a lot of us are wanting to pay for these things, and that's really what's driven the cost of these cars down. You can find Tesla Model S for $14,000 to $17,000 all day long. You know, 2012 to 2014s all day long online, because they're, you know, no one wants these cars out of warranty. No one wants these potential $27,000 drive unit and battery replacements. That's what it would be, and for that much money, you might as well just buy a new one. Anyways, guys, this is kind of a rant. I just want to warn everyone, if you're looking at an older Tesla, be aware that it's going to be expensive if you take it to Tesla to repair some of these things. Now, I'm going to try to get by as long as I can on this drive unit that's on the car, and just kind of see how it goes. So stay tuned for more updates as that going. But we're going to go to the service center. We're going to get this picked up and drive it with the clunking happening. Here at the service center, just picking up the car here. Oh, charge port's open. I don't know what it is with the charge port on this thing, but it doesn't. When it opens, it won't manually close, or it won't close automatically. Kind of weird. All right. A lot of times at the service center, if you want to pick it up after hours, they'll do, if you tell them to do after hours delivery, they'll just put your key inside here and they'll set a pin to drive, so that way you can come get it at your convenience. You don't have to go during business hours. All right, guys, so I made it home. I drove this almost all day yesterday. Probably put 100 miles on it. It drives fine. It's just that initial, like when I accelerate or take my foot off the accelerator pedal, there's a clunking sound. And so it does sound like those bushing mounts are perished. I had an interesting conversation yesterday with a dealer, a used car Tesla dealer who kind of deals with older used Teslas and sells them. I was talking to him about a car, and he says, hey, I had a car that had that same problem with those rear mount bushings that wore out, and he took it to a shop locally here in my area, and I was able to fix it for, he said, under $900 or something. And so if I could get those motor mounts fixed, you know, they'd press in a new bushing and, you know, put the subframe back up, that'd be an awesome fix. So I'm going to reach out to them, see if I can get it fixed, and that would be a lot better deal than trying to replace the entire drive unit just for a worn out bushing. So stay tuned for that video. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Thanks.